live in tune with me, the Reason Boss, the sports boss, and the boss is in trouble. I need to phone a friend. I need to phone more than a friend. I need to phone and speak to a bro. This is the sports special Canelo v. Terence Bud Crawford. The Reason Boss still can't call it. I had to go to someone who has seen Bud, yes, seen Bud in the flesh, none other than my younger brother, a man brought up in the boxing fan way. Anton, good evening to you.
Good evening, good evening.
How you doing, Holmes? I know that time is precious for you, so but man, I needed to phone the proverbial friend. I needed to phone a bro who knows. You have seen Bud Crawford in the flesh. Can you please just give us a quick rundown of what you saw and what you're expecting in this super unified clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford?
Yes, evening, brother. Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting one. Yeah, I was privileged to be in attendance at the Crawford bench fight in Vegas. That was amazing. Yeah, I've always been a fan of Crawford. Canelo, this is gonna be a big task for him, very big task for him. But I believe he's got all the tools to do it. I think he's gonna do it. Everyone's concerned about the weight or the power. Can he take a punch? But I think the thing is, can Canelo land the punch? I think can he land the punch? That's the question no one's asking. I think if anyone lands a punch, you're in trouble. But no one's managed to land a punch. Mayweather's faced bigger punches than him, but they haven't been able to land a meaningful punch. So the power doesn't really matter. So that's how I'm looking at it.
Let me push and press you on two fronts, brother Ants. Firstly, the game of boxing, the sport of boxing, it's a tough sport. You need to have a granite chin. You need to have a strong neck muscles in this game because you're gonna get hit as day follows night. Let's suppose that Canelo does land on Terence not only once but twice. Are we assuming that Terence can handle sustained pressure and sustained blows? And secondly, as you've seen and know, Terence Bud Crawford is not one to back down. He might want to go and throw fists and say, "Hey, what? I'm not ducking this thing," and might get caught in a toe to toe in the occasional rounds, and you might just realize, well, this ain't no 154, 147 guy hitting me. This is a man who's fought the likes of Dimitri Bivol and lived to tell the tale. Speak.
Yeah, it's not wise to go on a brawling mission against Canelo. Yeah, that will go in Canelo's favor. I think it's going to be about who's going to play whose game. If they get into a boxing match, that favors Crawford. If they get into a brawl, that's going to face Canelo. I'm sure Crawford's smart enough to not go there. But as you said, he is prideful and he does like to stand toe to toe. But I don't think Canelo is sharp enough to get to him. I don't think so. It's possible
This
if
will
he
be
does get
something.
him, but I don't think he's sharp enough. I don't think he's the better boxer, so I'm gonna have to go with the boxer. Um,
I must
yeah,
say, look, let me put my cards on the table. I want Terence Bud Crawford to be victorious, but saying that this is an almighty challenge, do you have any issue having seen him against the likes of Errol Spence Jr., who he took to the cleaners? But Errol was maybe not quite the fighter he was, having been in that car accident that may have left him a little bit worse for wear. But Terence has not been up in this weight category. 154, a points win. Do you have any concerns that he's not even had a little warm up, a little tune up? Do you think this is a big payday? Get it while you can. And if I win, I win. But you know what? I could just get away with a 12 points, points decision loss to the cash cow king that is Canelo Alvarez in the judges' eyes.
It's a good point. Yeah, that's the thing. It's a good point. It's a big payday. There's no other fight that would be as enticing as this one for him. I'm sure he wouldn't get this well half this pay fighting anyone else at this point. So that is a good point, but Crawford doesn't strike me as a guy that would just go in a ring to survive, kind of like what Charlo. I just don't see Crawford doing it. But we've all been surprised by fights. You know what I mean? So yeah, anything can happen. But I'm just got a feeling that Crawford's not. I just can't see Crawford losing. I just can't see it. Um, so,
Wow.
so, so your money is on Canelo, yeah?
I've been
Yeah.
burning the late night chalice. I'm only joking. Look, this is why I had to call you Ants. This is why I had to call you Brother Ants because this has been a tough one. I wanted Terence to win it. He's bold enough, unbeaten, great boxer, great heart, great boxing IQ. But when you're coming up against someone like Canelo, the cash cow, a man who's been up to the light heavyweights and taken on the likes of Dimitri Bivol, we've not seen Bud going up and up and up in weight. He's doing something that the throwbacks, the Stanley Ketchells, the Harry Grebs, the old school style. He's going for something that is going to be historical. He's got the ability to do it, but he's not experienced something like a Canelo who has got just as much of an appetite as him. And I don't want to snooze on Canelo. You remember someone called Amir Khan? You remember what happened to Amir Khan, the boxer?
Well, well, that's the,
Good
well,
night.
that is true. Well, Amir Khan was having success, right?
He was.
But
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Skills
and he
wise, yes.
wasn't.
Boxing wise,
I don't think he was in his prime. And number two, he's not good at he's not as good as Crawford. And he had been knocked out before that, I believe,
good night at spark out. Yes.
or stopped. Well, he hasn't lost. So um, yeah, I did hear Amir Khan saying when he compared the two that Canelo is very hittable. He was easy to hit, whereas Crawford he just couldn't catch him. Um, you know, yeah, I think it's going to be a harder fight. I think Canelo, believe it or not, he's got a higher hill to climb. If Canelo
Wow.
loses this, if Canelo loses this, yeah, then you know, I wonder what everyone's going to say. I wonder how that's going to go. The pressure's on Canelo. I don't think
Oh,
too much pressure's on Crawford. Everyone's expecting him to lose. Sounds that. So you know, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a great fight.
you've really whetted the appetite, Anton. You've really whetted the appetite, and I tell you what, I'm more encouraged at Terrence's chances. I'm not going to pipe up too loud because this is the game of boxing where anything can happen. But your confidence, and this is again views and for subscribers to Rich Paul Sports. This is a gentleman who has seen Terrence Bud Crawford in the flesh, Las Vegas, taking on Errol Spence Jr. If he thinks that Canelo is in trouble and has the higher hill to climb, you better take that to the bank. Anton, I'm going to leave the last word to you. Where are you going to be planning to watch this fight? And what do you think the legacy for both fighters going into the fight is and could be at the end of this unification fight for the super middleweight crown? Speak!
Yeah, I'll be tuning in on Netflix. They're both they are both great fighters. We can't take nothing away from either of them. They're both great fighters. Canelo is a great fighter. He's done a lot. Um, if he loses, I'm sure a lot of people are gonna have to say uh, a lot to say about it. Versus if Crawford loses, I think it's not going to be as bad because people are expecting it. But I wouldn't take away anything from Canelo because I believe Crawford is that good. You know, Crawford is that good. You know, Ray Leonard beat Hagler, but Ray Leonard was great. You know, it's not nothing away from Hagler. Usyk beat Fury. There's nothing taken away from Fury. Usyk's just proven to be great. Um, so I think it's a similar thing here. Uh, Crawford is great. And yeah. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Anton, thank you very much for your time. I want you to get in safely. Your input has been invaluable. Spot on the money. Like, share, and subscribe. Rich Post Sports, the sports boss, needed to phone a friend. He did more than that. He phoned a brother who's seen Terence Bud Crawford in action. And I tell you what, he surprised me with his verdict. But I tell you what, I'll take that kind of verdict to the bank. Like, share, subscribe. Those in the building, Chelsea, big up yourself. Bro Run, Ayrton, big up yourself. Like, share, subscribe. Watching live or in the rerun. It's Canelo versus Bud Crawford. Do not be surprised. Don't adjust your shirts. If the smaller man on paper is triumphant, Canelo is the cash cow, but there could be some milking. Go on in, like, share, and subscribe. In the building, Anton, salute. We'll talk again. Thank you and thank you again. I can rest easy tonight. Terence, hey, I never doubted you, big man. I never doubted you. Respect. Knockout, man, Anton. Peace and love.
Blessings, brother. All right.
Wow.